Hi and welcome to Coding Games. So I've got two sections of this course, and the first one, the audio didn't work on the recording of Zoom, and the second one, the video didn't work in the recording of Zoom. So unfortunately, neither of those are any use to you if you have missed the first class because you're back home or stuck someplace in quarantine. So what I've done in its place is made this recording, just something I can put up on YouTube, and it'll be a condensed version of the first class. A lot of the first class is you doing stuff and watching videos, so all that you can do on your own. You don't need me to play that right now. So here it is. Here's the first class for you. I hope you can follow along on this video and keep up with what it's asking you to do back on Code High School. So I'm going to go there right now. And the other thing I suppose that you're going to miss in this video, and you can just get it another time live, is a whole bunch of stuff setting up the course and me and how I teach and so on. And all that stuff I'll go over with you again when everybody's here live. So yeah, Code High School, I'm already logged in, so let me log out and I will make a new account like you will, so you'll sign up. I'll make a new account from scratch. So stop here and don't do what you think is logical. Rather, go down to At Home Learner. And now I figured like I should explain why and all those things again. We can just wait. I'll try to keep this video as quick as possible. Just the stuff that you actually need to do. So go to At Home Learner. Click on the 0 free. And that's it. And you can sign up with Google, and that'll use your school email address. But I won't be able to do that. So I'm just going to do a fictitious one for now. And I will make up an email. I'll say maybe testing. Oh, my name. My name is John Rayworth, by the way. Mr. Rayworth at info. And just give myself my regular password. And please, well, I guess you don't need to do that. So you'll do all that simply through sign up with Google, and it'll take you to a big blue button. Then you'll click the big blue button, similar to the way that it looks here, but not quite the same. Okay, try again. All right. So here we go, individual free plan. Here's my name. And programming with Corel. So what you will do, you can just pause this and watch this video. They're only 3-4 minutes a piece, but definitely do watch it. Because, okay, I will set up one thing, I think, for you right now that, again, I'd rather do it live when you're here, but you need to appreciate this. You will be able to figure this out. Watch the video, do the instructions, you'll figure it out. I'll run this and you'll see what's going on here. And again, rather than me give you the introduction to all this stuff, which is good and important, but for now, in the situation we're in, it's best just for you to watch what Jeremy Keegan is the guy's name that has made this site. Watch his video, and that should be enough. And then you'll be able to get in here and understand what this is doing. But the key thing that I went over again and again in our first class live at ISB was that you can do this on your own. I can just tell you, as the experienced computer science teacher, this is really good. Go through this and you'll be fine. But what you're getting with me and this course is all the value-added stuff where I will focus you in on what I know from teaching computer science for 25 years and teaching for 33 that you need to do. And you can't get that in an online environment. And the other thing you can't get is the perfect setup for IB Computer Science, which, again, I taught for about 20 years, and so on. So all those things, I'm not going to go through right now and make this a full 80-minute video, but you'll get them again and again as you come live to school. So of those things, though, let me mention a couple just in passing and brief. And the first one is this, and this doesn't even show the same way in the videos, but when you're programming, whether you've done any before or not, you don't want to just put all the instructions into your head and try to sort it out, all out in your head. What you want to do is step through the code. And the way you step through the code in this environment is through this step forward. So you're going to reset, if you've played it, and go step, step, step. And you can see over here the yellow tracing through of the different commands that Corral the dog is doing to successfully achieve the result world over here. So resist, even though these first few exercises you will be able to probably do in your head, resist that temptation, and as you're working through them, as I will do here with at least one or two of these, you'll see me go step, 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 rather than just make it go full speed and run. Although I will say this, that after you've accomplished the task and you get maybe to the last little step and you're pretty sure that you've got it complete, that's a good time to move the slider over to the rabbit and run it, just to make sure that it's doing everything that you expect. So you will go continue, continue. I probably won't show you all of these. I'll just show you how far we got first class. But for now, I will go step by step. Pause here. This is another thing that I reinforced as something that's just so incredibly important, and it's not necessarily conveyed to you in the videos or in what you're doing, but you have to understand the problem. This is a pretty easy problem to understand, but this is the first day of a computer science course. It's not the middle of an IB computer science course or you working for Google 10 years from now. But it's the same thing. It's simple, but you have to understand the problem. So take your time, take a deep breath. Don't just, throughout the semester, it won't be the semester, it'll be just maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks that we will be back and forth to Corral. But don't just go, 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 go. Rather, take a deep breath, understand the problem, and then you can go. The commands will always be shown down here. So what have I got to do? I've got to pick up the ball, but there's no pick up ball command. There's a take ball command. And again, all that would have been explained to you in the video, which hopefully you've watched by now. So we're going to code. And even on this first one, I know you can probably do it in your head, but even here, is 3 right? Well, there's one way to find out. Reset and step, step, step. Is it right? Not quite. I've got to go one more. And again, for the 5th time already in this video, yeah, you probably could have seen that on your own, but you won't be able to see things on your own as we move through this. So this is the habit of mind. I kept on using that term, habit of mind. You gotta get into that habit of mind that you've got to trace, so use it. So I'm going to reset. Just click, 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 click. Sure enough. And then what have I got to do? I got to take the ball. Take the ball is a small t, capital B, no space, open close parentheses, semicolon. And now I'm pretty sure I've got it. So maybe now I'm going to put the slider up, and now I'm going to run it, and it does what I think that it was supposed to do. I think there's another video. No? Okay, so I'll leave this one up to you, but do slow down, do take your time, and you'll just keep on going, submit and continue. For this video, I'm going to go to lesson 2. I'm going to skip the video, I'm going to skip the quiz for sure, if you're watching this, not as a review, but because you're not here in Bangkok or out of quarantine yet, watch the video, take a listen, it's good stuff. Do the quiz, and then this one will be what was in the video, and maybe I can slow down and not do this, except that, yeah, I will do this. So this was what was in the video, and I am going to add a couple of things to this as well. So just to test it, I'm going all the way to the rabbit. Does what I expected it to do, as in this case it should have, because it's coming straight from the video. But there are a couple of things that I slowed down and went into some detail about. One is just what computer science is. In computer science, you're going to be set back a little bit by this one, is not programming. Computer science, I'm not sure I said it in class, but I definitely will later on, is the management of complex systems, the study of the management of complex systems. Let that one sink in for a little bit. And programming, okay, sure, and programming runs computers, sure, but that's not what we've come out of these decades of making computer science. Okay, we've made computers, we've made programs, and the world's a different place, but we've also got this really cool thing called computer science, which is the study of the management of complex systems. And the first thing that you've got to do, and the main thing that you've got to do, is you've got to decompose complex systems. You have to decompose, I'll just say decompose, write it here. This is a key term. You need to decompose problems. And so when Jeremy Keegan was doing this in the video, he just kind of naturally put spaces. You don't have to put spaces, but he just naturally put spaces between these four parts where he placed the first tennis ball and the second tennis ball and so on and so on and so on. Because this is a little bit more complex problem than the first couple that you were shown, and you solve complex problems by breaking them down. And the other thing that I implored kids, not implored yet, but I probably will at some point, but requested kids to do in class was put comments. And you will notice that I went / and the decomposed word came up as being green color, and these are words are green as well. They're comments. So what I want you to do is comment from this point on each step that you do, each general step that you do through solving the problem. So this is first tennis ball. And this is, okay, as I do this, maybe I didn't get them to do this. This is a little bit repetitive. Etc., etc. I can smell my rice on my stove, so just one second. Yeah, I'm all set up for virtual school here at home, and makes for a good place to work. So I will do this just because I started it. When we get into commenting and good commenting, I mean, one thing that I will say is that you don't need to put things that are obvious, and this gets to be pretty obvious. But to underline the point, commenting is really, really important, and commenting shows you, the programmer, and not just you, but your colleagues and people in the future that are going to be looking at your code, what those general steps I was talking about when you decompose a problem are. So go ahead and you can do on your own. And if you can't, by the way, if for one reason or another you're just having trouble with this, or things aren't working with the website or whatever, just make it here to Bangkok to ISB, and I'll make sure one way or another you understand this and get through it. So there is the next thing that you can try to do, and do try to break it up into probably 3 different parts. And I'll, in this video, even give you a little bit of a hint that the 3 parts that I would be inclined to break this into that do make sense to write as comments as well are move into place, build the tower, and what would I call it? Last position, adopt last position, something like that. And you can go ahead and do that. And how far did we get? Make a tower. Oh, it's just not showing it as being done. So pyramid. You know, that would be a good one if you can get to. That's what we got to in class. Because again, I don't know what we're up to, probably. I'm guessing around 20 minutes. But yeah, so if you get to this one, do it. And try to think how you would break that up into 3 different parts. And comment what those parts are. Take your time testing. And test and test and test. I guess that's the other thing that I have missed saying that's really important. That you don't, build the Taj Mahal and then turn around and take a look at what you did. You build it one step at a time. You don't build programs completely and then run them. You build them one step at a time. So probably a good time to run this would be maybe after you do that much, and then maybe you'll want to reposition, or depending on how you're doing, maybe you're doing it this way, right? Maybe you're doing the rows first. But you'll know because you'll be doing things step by step, and at a certain point you'll go, If you go, that means that you should test it. That means that you're no longer able to adequately see into the future, as it were, what your dog in this case is doing, so you better test it. Okay, test it, continue, test it, continue, test it, continue. And the last thing to say here is, and actually I'll say this the very first time you're listening to me, but I'm famous for saying the last time and then something else is thought of, but maybe the last thing for this video is you may be inclined, if you get to this point, to just want to motor ahead and finish this. And again, that's not the point. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it, is an old expression. And that's what this part of this course is about. It's not about finishing corral. It's not about just getting a bunch of green everywhere. It's not a race. It's these other things. The code is not the important thing at this point. The habits of mind, the way you code, the things you do, the breaking down, the decomposition, the general approaches to computer science, that's what's important. And again, a little bit easier to convey if I can get my Zoom recording better and working next time. But for now, I think this will be fine. And certainly if you have any questions, let me know. And wish me luck as I try to get everything working perfectly for the next class. And looking forward to meeting you all. But that's it for today.